Sonography of the urinary tract. Technique, normal appearance and variations. Part 2, we have to move the transducer to trace the different parts of the ureter. And also you can try with the ureter with a stent in place and then see the stent in the renal pelvis in the upper ureter. You can see the stent. So you know now by tracing the stent, a non-dilated ureter, how it will analysis confirms that you are definitely seeing the ureter. So that was the mid ureter, and you see the lower ureter filling up and then collapsing. So filling up and collapsing. So this helps us to identify and confirm that it is the ureter, and you see the ureter, low distal most ureter collapsing, and then you can put on color to see the jet which will follow the collapsing of the lower ureter, distal most ureter. So this is how you use the 90 degrees, make a transverse scan and make a up and down transverse sweep so that you scan the entire volume of the bladder. So that is the sagittal sweep in the suprapubic region, and you see the corresponding video, and the transverse sweep you can see the corresponding video in a male patient. So full bladder is required. Now you see the empty bladder, so you cannot study the empty bladder. So the bladder has to be full to study the bladder as well as structures posterior to the bladder. So this is a sagittal scan. So in the male, you see the sagittal scan and the transverse scan, and you see the bladder as a fluid filled, and you see the bladder, the distal ureter, and that is the distal uretrovesical junction. Similarly, when you put a color Doppler, you can see the distal most ureter with the jet, so that is the trigone. So how to identify the trigone? You identify the internal urethral meatus in the male, in the female, and then between and the uretrovesical junction. So this will be the left lateral wall of the urinary bladder. So this is useful in certain situations. I will show one illustration of this. Now this is a patient presenting with hematuria. You see the sagittal scan, transverse scan. So here another example of a dilated, slightly dilated distal most ureter. The obstruction is due to a soft tissue mass in a diabetic patient. It is a sloughed papilla causing obstruction in the lower ureter. So that is well seen by either endo. You see the uterus and bladder, and you see the irregular mass at the level of LSC scar with loss of interface between the uterus and the bladder, and actually irregular mass protruding into the bladder, pubic symphysis, and you see the bladder and the urethra. So that is the bladder and the urethra, and then you see the vagina. So that is the vagina, and this is the rectum. So that is in a child, and in an adult you see the pubic symphysis, and you see the urethra as an echopore structure just beneath the pubic symphysis from the urinary bladder, and the vagina, the mucus in the vagina gives it an echogenic appearance with echopore wall in a child, and here you see the bladder, and you see the structures, that is the pubic symphysis, bladder, the rectum, the urethra. It was a blade of a leaf of a plant, thin leaf of a plant, which was introduced by the patient. Ventral scan confirms the same, which on color showed flow indicating that it is a hemangioma. The same which on gel ureterogram is better seen. You see the urethra and you see the hemangioma of the walls. So this is a hemangioma of the penile urethra, which has resulted in urethral bleeding. Thank you for your attention.